we've got Audrey Mbugua herself at our city centre studio, and we're definitely going to ask her a couple of questions. Good evening to you, Audrey. I hope you can hear me.
Yeah, I can hear you well.
Thank you very much for joining us this evening. Now, everyone is calling this a landmark ruling, but what does it mean for you specifically?
It means that transgender people can now have an opportunity to live dignified lives. They have an opportunity to get out of poverty, and we have to exert more effort in our advocacy work.
So you're looking at this as not just something for you, but for transgender people in general. Do you have a group, a support group? Are there many of you? How many do you think there are?
I don't have a figure of the entire transgender community in Kenya, but at the moment we have a support group, and we have an organization that we are in the process of registration, and we currently have over 60 members across Kenya. And yeah, I don't have the number of transgender people in Kenya.
Right, but you think there could be about 60 of you here in your group, as you say. Well, yeah. Now you have won a couple of legal battles. Earlier in July, you were allowed by the High Court to register your group. Now you're winning this one that allows you to change the gender mark on your certificate. But do you feel that this is going to help in terms of the society accepting the transgender community?
Yeah, definitely. And in fact, we have already had a lot of changes within the society, within some government institutions, within the private sector, with regard to how they treat transgender people. We have had parents of transgender people wanting information on how their kids can lead normal lives. It's a process.
And where does this process end up? I mean, recently in India, they actually recognized that there's male, female, and transgender. Is that the kind of fight that you're fighting for? Or are you fighting for people to be able to choose whether they're male or female?
Both.
Both?
Yeah. So
you would want Kenya to recognize that there is male, female, and transgender?
Yeah, because there are people who don't neatly fall in the male or female categories. There are others in unique situations, and I think with the society, we need to accommodate them and ensure that the development of our country is based on inclusion of everyone.
So what's next for you? First of all, as Audrey the activist, having gained this significant ground, where do you plan to go from here?
I don't think it's me who did it. It's so many people. So many people provided a lot of support. So it's not just a win for Audrey, but now we have to move to the process of implementing or enforcing those orders. But they might appeal, you never know. But we hope that they won't be resistant to those orders. We hope that the government, all the government departments will start to look into these issues with a lot of objectivity, that the society will stop rushing to judge, and people will take time to learn about things before they have those strong convictions about issues.
Thank you very much for joining us this evening, Audrey. That was Audrey Mbugua. Her plea is that people do not rush to judgment. As we told you earlier on, the High Court did rule that the Kenyan National Examination Council comply with her desire to be recognized as a woman. And remember, on our big question, we're asking you whether you agree with that decision. Keep your feedback coming.